Hey adventurers, and welcome back to Valk'rain Gaming. Playing through our Divinity 2 playthrough now. This is episode 2. In our last episode we did all the tutorials. We did the boat area, met some of the Origins characters, and then obviously the Kraken destroyed the boat. So I think we landed on the shores somewhere here. I'm assuming that through the dialogue it's going to be Fort Joy that we're going to get across and bound. So we'll play through now, see if we can find anyone else from the party. No, I don't pick that up, I want to loot it. Take the pie.
Garbage.
Nothing in that one. Pick up the plant pot. What's this little kid doing down here?
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you, and his arms snap to his sides.
I'm not supposed to talk to dwarves.
Yeah, you can talk to dwarves. They're harmless. I'm harmless.
The child considers your statement.
We'll take the dwarf option there, telling him that we're harmless because we're doing that Lawful Paladin playthrough. So
If you're just a person, you're one of the smallest I've ever seen.
smile and tell him that little people have big futures ahead of them. Tell him, we'll go with the first one. The second one's more of like an insult. So we'll smile and tell him that the little people have big futures ahead of them.
Little people?
It's true, kid.
Like me, you mean, I guess.
I was always told that good things come in small packages. Whatever that means.
Are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
Yeah, we'll admit that we are a sorcerer, so I'm going to nod, say that I am, and then show him the collar from around my neck.
The child looks at you straight on, unafraid, searching your face. He lifts his mirror to his nose, closes one eye, and looks at himself again.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong. Or crazy.
Let's try and comfort him and tell him that they may be wrong and crazy.
Maybe you're right. At least they don't mind where anyone goes. They know we can't leave the island, and it's a lot nicer out here than outside.
Ask him where his parents is. Kids out here shouldn't
They're
be
gone now.
out there a
Manchester
bit
took
dangerous.
them already. I guess now they're cured, and maybe they're waiting for me back at home.
I'll bet on that kid. Say it isn't safe for him here. The shipwreck and the void working are not
But
far
you didn't
offshore.
die.
That's true, we did not die.
There isn't anywhere
We'll say that we
safer.
just survived.
That's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
You'll see.
Ask him why he's
Guess I
not scared.
am, but it's just normal to be scared. Nowhere isn't scary.
That is true. It is an option, kid. So we're going to go through now and let's see if we can find anyone else that survived the wreck. Not too sure, we need the
I
boat.
thought the order would get rid of any trace of the old Source King.
Okay then. Okay, that's all wreckage up there, so we can't get up there. Let's move down. Near the... well, realistically I need to get myself some armour. Should probably sort my bag out a little bit as well. And this action bar down here. Let's just take a couple of seconds to sort that out. Move the bedroll up there, we don't need that. Okay. I think these scrolls are all one-time use ones, so I think once I use them it'll take them off my action bar. I don't think they're there for learning spells or anything like that. I think the academical books are the way that I'm going to be learning more spells. Abilities. Short stick down there. Don't need that. Let's check this barrel. Okay. So far we haven't found anything. Some enemies
Void
down here.
woken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship.
Get involved.
They've made it to shore.
Jump straight on this one. Oh wow, the took. Didn't expect that to be talking to me. Earwig talking to me, what up? Could move there. Yeah, let's move around. We'll battle stop them both. Knock them both down for a turn. Could use Petrifying Touch on this one and finish him off. Oh, it just survived. Okay, let's break this one then. And then I'll end my turn on that one. Can't get over to that one to attack him. Probably wasn't the best move around, but at least was able to knock him down for a turn and take a little bit less damage. We've got here. Go all in on this one then. Big old hit. There we
I
go.
thought these
Not
bloody
too bad.
colours were supposed to keep those things at bay.
So as far as I know with this game, the Voidwoken are like
Drowned,
monstrous creatures which
and eaten
are
by a Voidwoken.
drawn
Wondering
in
which
by
one.
some magical source. Take that. I'm not too sure why we keep attracting their attention. Okay. Not yet, anyway. Die by the sword. So is this a crafting book? Yeah, it is. Okay. No, it's not worth taking. It doesn't sell for much. We've already got the use out of it. Who's this guy? Okay, squirrel on a dead cat. Okay. Move on from that. Seems to be following me now. Actually saying that, I think this is one of the DLCs that came with the Deluxe Edition. If I remember right, seeing that on Steam.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright, blood-red colour. Could he be... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep.
So this is one of the survivors, the Red Prince. We'll greet him
The
heartily.
lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
I did survive, yes. And chances are I wouldn't have, had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that dreadful hold.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Okay. We're going to tell him that we're glad to help, because obviously we're a lawful paladin on here. We're happy to help anyone in their times of needs.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away, shall we? Now then,
He's seen
if
through
there's
us.
nothing further.
Let's ask him what he's going to do
Really
next.
must know I haven't quite decided yet. I've a frightful amount of things on my mind, hence my standing here contemplating the waves.
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean?
We're going to be pretty cheerful on this one, and we'll take the lighter sort of answer, saying that we see memories.
Memories. Quite so.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost.
See why I
What
lost
do you
it.
mean, what do I mean? I mean just what I say. I had a very actual empire that I lost.
I bet it's in the last place you left it.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am?
So down here on the option 3 there, we got our scholar trait now, which is giving us extra dialogue. So I'm going to pick that one.
The very
See if that
same.
gets us anything else.
I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror, the World Tamer, the Spouse of the Sun.
That's one title.
Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment.
I would say so, considering that you're in the same position as us.
The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have.
I'm gonna take option 2
This
across
and
there.
that. Tag
I just said that
along.
he can
Do
come
you
along
really
with
mean
us.
to compare the fate of an empire to whatever foibles you seek to fix?
Seek out the greater good.
On the other hand, I really could do with a dog's body. And you've already proven to be trustworthy enough. You came back for the others on that ship, after all. Fine, I accept. On one condition.
Okay.
For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer, one of the mystics of my kind. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company.
Yeah, we'll promise him, considering that he's joining our
Jolly
party.
good. So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out goes without saying. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you?
So we can either have him as a fighter. I assume they're both the same. Someone with finesse, or we can make him a mage. I think initially, like with my party, what I want to have is obviously a mage, a ranged, archer. The third member could be pretty much a mix. So what I'm going to do, considering that I want to make one of these, like one of these characters into a mage. I've already got my paladin from fighting more. We'll make him a
Wizardry
mage.
is embedded in my nature as deeply as the instincts to breathe and drink and mate. The dominion over fire suits me best, truth be told, but there is no school of magic I cannot master.
Okay then. Yeah, let's make him. We're going to make him into a mage. So
Very well.
give you a powerhouse.
Onwards.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be traveling with a prince. Proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, or if you're feeling particularly frivolous, Milord. As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings. Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go. So, without further ado, let us be off.
Let's go. So now we got him in the party. Let's see what he come equips with. I think we did pick up a bow for Fort Minor. Oh, we got. He's got wands on at the moment. I don't really think. Saying that does. We'll put the staff on him. He gets another move. The staff of Mangus does a bit more damage. And I think what we'll do is we'll drop these scrolls onto him. Because he's probably going to get more use out of him than what my paladin is. And we'll move on. Oh, I'll select the right character. Let's up a quick heal. Move through. So, there's a bit up here that's not been explored, so we'll go have a look.
A black cat. Some would see this as an omen.
Probably is.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity. Its eyes clear, and it shakes its head, confused.
Nothing we can get from there. Going up this way. Take the fish. What's in here? Seem to
Wonder
have
where this leads.
found ourselves a hidden location. Oh,
As
it's
the alcove
feigned
opens up,
from the boat.
You see the same skeleton that you met on the boat before it sank. He's leaning over a corpse, prodding and pulling at the skin of its face.
Bugger. How on earth am I supposed to... Oh. Perhaps...
Skeletal fingers reach down and grip the skin of the dead man's face, pulling sharply upwards. After a few more tugs at the man's cheeks, the skeleton relents, letting the head drop to the ground with a damp thud.
Damnation. That stuck fast. I wonder, does the beard act as some form of anchor?
Was a holy paladin. Not too sure. We should just stand by and watch this skeleton prodding the dead body. Attempt to get away.
No! Stay back! Don't... Oh. It's you. I must admit I'm surprised. Perhaps you're more buoyant than I suspected.
I'll admit that we're surprised to
Seems
see
the
him here.
human that stole my mask was rather more resourceful than I gave her credit for. I chased her here, but she rather seems to have given me the slip. Thus...
He turns back to the body, prodding at its face cautiously.
Ask what his
Why,
business
its
is with the
face,
body.
Of course. What other use would I have for some rotting corpse?
I don't know, you are a
Face
skeleton.
that seems rather stubbornly attached to his skull. I would normally employ a tool to delicately but viciously rip the face from the body.
That sounds delightful.
I could then craft a mask to hide my bone. But as I lack such a tool...
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheeks and pulls hard, grunting in frustration as the body's skin holds firm.
Okay, I think at this point I'm just going to take the lead
yes,
from here.
Do feel free to... By which I mean shout loudly. I do not want you sneaking up on me again.
Don't think we'll have much to do with you after this. What's the human got? Oh, we'll rob that though. I think down this way. There's people back up there. Oh, we'll equip that. Get myself a new shirt. Take them. Go way up here. See if we can climb there. Oh. As we run through the poison. Got ourselves a level up here.
Where is she?
Who's
You
this?
go with us. Who are you? Are you from the shelter? She says nothing of another. Fire, alas! She is so late! Never
Slow
mind.
down.
It is not your concern. You leave. But
She leans forward. Her eyes are wet with fear as she takes your hand.
please, do not lead anyone here.
Okay. Let's heal myself up from that poison. Let's see what we got down here. Feeling I'm going in the wrong direction here, so I'm going to head back. It's amazing how you could like step away from a game and then just forget most things that you've done on it. Like I say, I've already played a bit of this game before, so you think I'd remember the opening levels. Let's move back through. See if we can find any more of these survivors.
I've spotted something.
Oh.
I need to dig here.
If I remember right,
One
the
must
ratio
put
of
in
yours.
due effort if one is to reap the proper reward.
Because he's got claws, he's able to dig down through the ground, which is good. Let's see what we got. Oh, got some leather armor there. I think I'll equip that to my Paladin. Then maybe equip the Red Prince with this one so it gives him some armor. That's not too bad. Completely stocky now, my Paladin. Just got to find himself a better weapon, I think. Okay. Make our way down here. Whisper wood there. See what that is. Oh,
Stay
what's
back,
going on here?
sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If
These
you can
guys
tell
here.
the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come!
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Okay, what we got here? So we can use some of our traits here. So we can either use the Scholar or the Mystic. So we can quite amuse that they wanted to keep a lot of the magistrates in check at once. I think we're going to shout out and tell her that it, like, will try and intervene.
Stay silent, dwarf!
Oh, just got shut down instead.
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground. She groans.
So she cut out her own tongue.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his only son, your bishop, and your friend these many years. The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us save it, then you will help the Void destroy it. Dallas?
Yes, your holiness?
I believe we're done here.
Whoa!
What a waste.
She just exploded there.
Come, will be needed elsewhere.
Hush now.
Okay. I suppose there's no harm in taking anything off her now. She's dead.
The lizard magister, or what's left of her, lies in a puddle of gore.
She was a
Arshtan.
lizard,
Oh.
yet a magister. No
Double
matter
click
her
then and miss that
reasons,
dialogue.
her penalty was fair.
Okay then. We'll move on from there then. So, for Joy now. Got some quests to do down here now.
Bread or brisket? Toast safe.
Not now. Your grift teaches you to bully others.
So we gotta try and find our way out across here.
You keep his name out of your mouth, you filthy cud chewer.
You,
See what's going
help
on
me
here.
teach this beast. He must respect. If not, he comes for you next.
Respect? Huh. Someone's got to keep this place running. Griff can't do it for free. Why'd you gotta make this so hard?
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no business of yours.
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment before shuffling back to the protection of his crony.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff. Especially not one of you.
Okay, I got no idea who this Griff is, so... shall we... we're lawfully good. We can't just stand by while someone's getting robbed in the street.
The intense-looking man stands
We'll
beside
step
you
in.
against the thugs, shooting you an appraising glance. Burrow looks you both up and down, sizing up your combined threat.
Ah, get out of here. The both of you. You ain't worth the sweat of my brow anyhow.
See, stand up to bullies and they back straight down.
The elf smiles and bows to you in thanks.
Follow me. before more of them trouble us.
Okay.
There is a safe place.
The man rolls his sleeves back down.
Oh no, she's going.
He nods at you, the shadow of a smile on his lips.
Good work there. Good work.
Oh,
I
again,
can tell you've
another
got
one of the
chops.
Origins characters.
He stretches out one rough hand to shake yours.
We'll shake
He
his
grips
hand.
your hand tight as a vice and shakes it, hard.
Good to meet you, lad. Say, you don't look all that busy. I could use someone to watch my back. And it looks like you could use someone to watch yours.
Pretty much.
I've just got
I'm
a
gathering a
small
party together.
errand to run. And then I'll be looking to get the hell out of here, while I've still got a neck to collar. How about we stick together until we get out of this place?
So we're keen. We're keen to get out.
The
Well, that's
usual
that one.
way. Haphazard, terrifying, and drenched in blood. Haven't quite worked out the details yet, but I'll wager it'll be no worse than what'll happen if we stay put. Two heads are better than one, and when push comes to shove, 4 fists are better than 2, right?
He
Oh,
grins,
not on that.
sharp teeth glittering in the midday sun.
So, before we hit the road, it's best if we decide battle strategies up front. Should keep more of our blood in. Survival's my main priority. I'll use every trick in the book to keep us alive. But if a wayfarer's not what you're after, I've got other skills. What do you need?
We're assuming that like a wayfarer is like a ranger, judging by the fact that he's got a crossbow on the back. So I'll take
Can
him.
do. Onwards.
He scans the
I'd sell that
horizon
one.
for threats with one green eye, then nods back at you.
Right you are. Lead the way.
So now we got another guy in our party. Let's see if he comes with anything good. Got some poison arrows, fire arrow. His bow's pretty good. Oh yeah, we've got to level up on here. So I've got 2 points to put in there. I'm going to drop 1 into strength and then 1 into constitution. Give myself some more health. We got a point to use across here. I think what I'll do is I'll pop it into Wayfare. I have got the perk, the picture of health. The more points I put into Wayfare, the more health I get, so I'll drop that in there. And got a point to use across here. I'll drop in Persuasion. Want to make my guy good at talking to people. Never know when you got to talk your way out of anything. For the Red Prince, he's going to be using magic, so we'll just drop 2 points into Intelligence. And we'll add more damage to his fire moves, because everything he's got down here is fire. What can you have? Use telekinesis. That might come in handy later on in the game. Move on then. I don't think we've got anywhere else to be just here. I've just remembered that we lost the elf though. Let's see if we can find her. She walked off down this way. Okay. We'll take the gold, we don't need the skull. Does he come with any unique bits? Oh, he's got pet bell, so he's able to talk to animals. So I'll use Ifa and see what we can do to talk to this cat.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity.
What? How did I get... Hey, stop following me.
Definitely not following you, you're following me.
No, that can't be. I can't... Hey, stop following me. Huh? Yeah, fine. I'm fine. I'm not sure. It's all a little foggy.
The cat
Where did you
opens
come
his
from?
mouth as if to speak, but his eyes lose focus, and with a jerk he turns away from you.
There's nothing coming from him then. Let's see if we can
The
talk to the dog.
focuses at the cat at your feet, baring its teeth and growling.
Always not a fan of the cat. Right then. Let's see where else we can go then. Oh. The dog just spoke again
the dog
there.
focuses at the cat at your feet, baring.
I like how the dog spoke, but he doesn't want to talk to us. Right. Where have we not been in this here?
Here you are. I wonder what keeps you. Tell me your tale. Start from the beginning. Start from where you come.
I see. We're a traveller.
I see. Now tell me more. Tell me what you do. Tell me what you find.
We don't really seek to make an... Well, we'll say we were there to amend.
Now tell me how your story ends.
We'll say we're out to find something that we've lost.
Ah, you want reunion. Life is lonesome. Yes, life is lonesome. The thing you love is gone. I have something for you, my friend. We can see the things we lose, not with our eyes, but with our hearts.
Give us a ruby gem.
Does the
That's
trick.
not too bad.
It is nothing. Many fragments swirl on my shore. See what I gather.
Ah, so he has a shop. Oh, okay. What have we got across here then? Some locksmiths. Locksmiths? Lockpicks, Ethan. Yeah, we don't need them right now. We haven't really got a rogue. I suppose Ifang could be our a jack of all trades. There's nothing that we need to buy and sell at the moment yet. It's still a bit too early on in the game. Okay. What's this guy?
I found you, didn't I? Red, they said. Red, then dead. Them that pay the bills, of course.
Obviously the Red Prince is
I'll be a
very
rich
sharp.
man when you're 6 feet under.
Oh, an
Time's
assassin?
up, Your Highness. Let's jump.
Okay. That was out of the blue.
Time.
I wouldn't want my mage and my archer that close, I'll tell you that. Jeez. Let's move my mage back just a little bit. Let's drink a health potion. What damages have we got here? So, hang on then. I'll use fossil shot. So let's ignite this guy. And we'll end our turn on him then. He's got quite a bit of armor. Let's try to knock some of his armor off. Missed. Again, let's move our ranged characters out of the way. Courage, everyone. I'll just take a... Oh. He's blinded? Oh, they're blinded. That's no good. That's the case then, I'll just get him to drink up and end my turn. Let's run after this Red Prince. He does not want him to be alive. Let's move out. Oh! No, that's not good. Move a bit further out. You're not blinded now, are you? Let's put some damage down onto him then. See if we can burn him up. Keep the pressure on him. Need my Paladin ways, heal up the Red Priest. I need to knock his armor off here. See, the only problem is... yeah, it's not the fire offense in there. Kinda needed the archer to go before him. Let's move him out though. Yeah, that's it, keep the fire on him. Make him burn for a turn. So earlier on I can notice that I definitely need to start getting some more, some better armor for my guys. They're taking a lot of damage early on. Just dropping in damage on him. So like I was saying before in the first video that you have like armor for magic and physical. And you can't actually do damage to their health until both of them drop off. I suppose in that sense it's kind of like... well, kind of like most games now. Let's get in close. Give him a pounding. His armor's just not dropping off. It's resisted by physical. Stay crippled. I should be able to knock it off now. He says. That's good. Then we're about to do some big damage to him now. Or you could turn invisible. That's not a good one. Where would you gone? Let's try burning this up. Ah, there he is. Well, I'm blinded, so... I'm just going to end his turn there, keep his points. Let's ram him down. There we go.
Assassins are. It's their frightful manners I mind the most, really.
Okay, so out of combat now, just gonna quickly heal up Red Prince. Waiting for it to come off cooldown. Get that burning off him. Let's see what this guy had on him. It's got some leather goods. Leather goods? Leather goods. Let's see what the page says. Okay, so it's definitely a hit out. Let's equip them on. So I'm going to equip them to Valk'rain, my main character, on there because he's going to be on the forefront. The more armor and everything he gets has, the more he's going to be better for combat. Let's got some new recipes. Let's see what's up and down here.
See, he likes it thick and long.
Another dwarf over here.
Combs it out. Come on, you stubborn hunk of garbage.
The dwarf's fingers clamp around a splintered chunk of wood nailed to the skeleton of an old ship. His whole body strains with the effort of wrenching the plank free, to no avail.
Ah.
See if he needs a
Got
hand.
two of my own, haven't I?
The dwarf spits into each of his calloused palms and rubs them together before placing them both back on the plank and pulling.
Yeah, nowhere like that.
Ah, bleeding nail must be charmed or something. Go on then, give it a go.
You grab the plank and pull. The rusted nail pops loose, and the plank promptly crumbles to pieces in your hand.
Oh, look at that. Nice of you to finish the job after I loosened her up.
You get a good look at the hearty fellow, broad as a hull and sunburned from all sides. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions.
Just like mine.
He winks and flips a gold coin toward you. It makes a long, high arc, glinting in the sun, and lands squarely in your hand.
For your trouble.
We'll tell him that the old plank won't worth a coin.
No, but I'd hoped to build something with it that would be worth 1,000. Yeah, it were a fool's errand thinking I could make something out of this heap, but I couldn't help myself from trying.
He sucks a finger and holds it up to the wind, testing the breeze.
Winds like these, she would have capsized before she reached the break. Well, on to plan B.
Let's see if he's
He
planning
gives
to
you
escape.
a wry look,
Who
as
can
though
use him.
deciding whether to trust you.
Aye, was planning to build me a raft and paddle off. I've got business north of here, in a town called Driftwood. Far be it from me to miss an appointment. Why don't we make a deal then? You help me get out of this place, and I'll do the same for you. That's
There we
the
go.
spirit.
We'll make him an ally, then we'll have a full
He
party of
lifts
4
an
then.
invisible cap and bows with the grace of a courtier.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. The name's... well, the name's dead and buried. What matters is what they call me. Beast.
So I'm going to use my dwarf intellect here, and say that we already
May
know
have
him.
been cast out, but you can bet your last heel a breed she wishes she hadn't have. I've taken my revenge 1,000-fold on that tyrant's fleet.
How do you get the
Tell
name
you when
Beast?
you're older. Anyhow, we're a team now, so the me is not half as important as the us.
See, us
Let's
dwarves
get down
gotta stay
to
together.
brass tacks. Fighting, I mean. I've been up and down the realm so often it'd make your cabbage spin, and I picked up a few tricks along the way. Truth be told, I've grown fond of crushing and casting. A battle mage, if you like. But there's not so important as team dynamics. So what'll it be?
Battle Mage doesn't sound too bad. I mean, it's going to be a mix between, obviously, the wizard and myself. I suppose I'm going to build my Paladin a bit tanky, so for the time being now, we'll take the Battle Mage.
Capital. Well, that's that sorted.
Add him to the party. What did you come with then, Beast? What you got? Nothing particular. He's got a stolen letter. Although, okay. That was one of the other characters. Let's see where we're going now. He's got a question mark with an exclamation mark with his head.
Which means you know what I'm up against. If you want
That's why
a
we need to be
dedicated
involved.
crew to make their problems your problems. Justinia's got the rebellion in her sights. My comrades, my friends. I've got their backs, and yours. It's only right you've got theirs too.
We'll use that dwarf
Listen
racial
up.
again.
The Queen was a good woman once, and I'm a bastard cousin, so I would know. Come rainy days, we'd sail paper boats and drop beetles on them for plank walking. She was never a beast, but her spirit roamed free. Then Queen Laura died, and it was Justinia's turn. The Divine Order was growing, and the lizards were on the move. First it was just flags. The royal insignia always flapping in my face, demanding my allegiance.
Not too sure how these two get on then if he keeps referring them to as lizards.
Then it spread. You say a good word about Lucian, and you just disappeared. Artists were cleared from the streets, replaced by royal goons in full armor. And the lizards would come, they said, and we should all be ready to take up arms if the Queen demanded it. There was no way to live. Me and the others, we decided it was time for a change.
Shadows of the past cloud his bright eyes. He no longer looks at you, but through you.
A storm is brewing, we can be sure of that. But I'm just as sure the sky will clear after. The gulls will come back to perch and the sun will dry our faces. That peace is all the more special when you've heard the thunder before it.
Take your word for it, buddy. Alright then. So on that note now, gaining my full party, I think I'm just going to end this video here. I'll be filming part 3 soon, along as well with it. So far in this video I was able to get myself a full party on here. We got what seems to be a battle mage pirate, a lone wolf archer, and a prince sorcerer. So until the next adventure, guys, farewell.